I used to think about premature things. You know, like, do you love me? Do you want me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Is this really your real phone number? Get money, new money. This was it, quick, niggas wanna take you like no stick. This called Cadillac. This called Cadillac. This called Cadillac. This was it, quick, niggas wanna take you like no stick. This called Cadillac. This called Cadillac. This called Cadillac. Yeah, hey, look, I ain't trying to disinfect the game, but the way this monetization go, just playing just that little bitty clip, you know what I mean, then cost me. You did. Just playing just that little bitty intro then cost me. But at the same time, hey, it's for a worthy cause. And let me say this. Welcome back to the Trillcast. It's your boy, Hezeleo. And no, this is not a video to take somebody's shortcomings and make fun of it. You see what I'm saying? I don't have that type of channel. And the reason I don't have that type of channel is because that's not who I am. I didn't come to YouTube to do a whole bunch of drama-filled bullshit to keep people entertained. I came to give my Trill life along with my music and my affiliation and my hustle and the bit of knowledge that I am acquiring and I do have to share with the people. You see what I'm saying? But now I'm not coming for the whole, ooh, guess who did this? Guess, and I'm not knocking nobody who do that because I understand that drama make the best content. I'm just not a drama-filled type nigga. I'm the type of player, man, like to kick back real good, eat good, rub on good round butts and have me some good tight wet kagogi, man. You know what I mean? And then take care of my business and take care of my children. So nah, this ain't a smear campaign. No, this ain't clout chasing, but this just a Trill spiel by your boy Hezeleo, his POV. And we about to get into it. But first of all, let me recognize that $5 soup from Zay Sanchez coming through representing as one of the mechanics. Know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, this story starts off way back in 8's time. Trey invited us to Trey Day. So it was me and the Trill gang homies and my homie we used to call cameraman, Base Smuggler. We shot down to meet mama in H-Town to go to Trey Day. You know what I'm saying? And we meet up with mama and we go to Trey Day and take care of our business. And I'm talking about have a good time. Shout out to Trey. I know what's going on and everything, but still I gotta say salute to everybody and shout out to Trey the Truth, man. Hope everything smooth itself out. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just not the drama-filled type nigga. Yeah. So we going down there. And Trey got a nice festival going on with all kind of artists and shit, known, underground, this and that, big artists, this and that, this and that, this and that. And we go to all the little Ray and all the little shows and different things, kicking it with Trey, having a good time, and then we go back to the hotel. Now, when we go back to the hotel, Trey got a banquet set up. Trey got a private banquet set up. Now, I didn't go sit down at the private banquet because I was on a horn in a room trying to give me some kagogi. I was trying to tap into some old time kagogi I had, and I was reeling it in. I was reeling it in. So no, the boys went downstairs, cameraman, this and that, and Pops, R.I.P. to Pops, R.I.P. to Mama West. Pops went downstairs and got a big bag of king crab. Pops went downstairs and got a big bag of king crab and snow crab. And he came back up to the room. And boy, we was having a good time. Now, one of the homies had some kind of hybrid weed, had some kind of hydroponic, bubonic, clonic, I don't know what it was, but it was some powerful stuff, you did. And so
Pops was like, man, let me hit that shit. They told Pops straight business. Look out, man. This that shit. You know what I'm saying? This that shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? Pop like, nigga, I don't give a damn. This and that, this and that. Nigga, let me hit that shit. Man, Pops took that hoe to the head a couple of times. I'm talking about 2, 3 puffs. Nigga, Pops was on cloud motherfucking 9, man. I'm talking about Pops went to clowning like a motherfucker, man. That nigga kept us up all night, joking and clowning and calling me all kind of fat ass. This is, I'm talking about we having a good time in that bitch. So I didn't wind up getting that Kagoge I was trying to call through. It fell through. When people used to say that it fell through, to me that meant that it came through. Like in slang, it fell through. That means it actually happened. But in business, that means it fell through. It didn't happen. It fell through the cracks. So it didn't happen. So yeah, that Kagoga didn't come through. And we wound up just chilling at the room, drinking, smoking, having a good time. And I got a whole fruit fly in this motherfucker. I see Brandon Tillery with a big old suit. Brandon Tillery in this thing with a big old submarine suit. Appreciate that there on the Trill cast. So yeah, man, we go ahead and hoop it up all night long, have a good time. We finally go to sleep, this and that, this and that. Well, the next morning, Mama West give me a call. R.I.P. to Mama West. She give me a call and she like, baby, what you doing? You up yet? I say, yes, ma'am, I'm up. We just in a room chilling. She say, I'm downstairs, right outside the lobby, talking to a little boy. He say he a rapper. I say, okay. I say, you all right? She say, yeah, I'm good. They real nice, darling. I think you should come down and meet them. So I say, okay. Now I'm gonna go around because Mama is outside by herself. Matter of fact, her and Corey. That's when Corey was probably about 2 knees high. He wasn't knee high. It was 2 knees high. So I get on the elevator and go on downstairs and shit. And when I get out there, I see Mama sitting on the bench, smoking a cigarette, chilling. And she talking to a young man on her right. And she also entertaining a young man to her left who's in front of her. Now, y'all don't make me no never mind eating on my apple, because if I was smoking a Swisser, it'll be okay. If I was smoking a Swisser Sweet, it'll be okay. But yeah. That apple and that water good. I'm coming. So look, she talking to the man on her right and the man on her left who in front of her. Now, when I get down there, I'm looking for the little boy that say he a rapper. And so Mama say, he's it. This is, what's your name again, baby? And he looks up at me. Before he could say his name, I say, Mama, that's Rich Boy. And he like, what's up, partner? And he dapped me up. And Mama like, oh, you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know him, Mama. And she said, this is my other friend right here. And that was Lil Duval. I say, Mama, that's Lil Duval. He a comedian and whatnot, this and that, this and that. She like, oh, so you already know them. I'm like, nah, I've met them, but I don't know them personally. You know what I mean? So I went and shook Lil Duval hand and shit. And then Mama wanted me to talk to Rich Boy. Now, when I was talking to Rich Boy, I was letting him know I was familiar, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Throw Some D's record. And I brought him back to what was occurring during that time. I believe it was around 2006 Well, around that time, it was about 3 records out that had some similarities, and they kept being grouped on mixtapes, blog sites, different things of that nature. Every time you see 1 or 2 of these records, either all 3 of them would appear. You did. So those 3 records was my record, Bought a Cadillac featuring Pimp C and Hard Time at the time. Then I remixed it and put Bun on it. And then was Throw Some D's on it by Rich Boy. And then there was another record called Cadillac by the homie Hezeleo. So people was always getting these three records mixed up. Sometimes I would get accolades for a Hezeleo record because my name and his name kind of sound similar, and we both had a record out. But mine was Bought a Cadillac. His was Cadillac. And then Rich Boys was Throw Some D's on it. Just Bought a Cadillac. So yeah, so it all kind of coincided like that. But as I was talking to Rich Boy at the time, I was noticing that it was either early in the morning and he wasn't all the way awoke, but he just had like a weird kind of demeanor. You know what I mean? I couldn't put a finger on it. He was hearing me. He was making, gestures or whatever and saying a couple of words, but it was just something a bit off. And I wasn't trying to be judgmental. It's just our exchange, because we stepped off to the side to talk a bit. But when we stepped off to the side to talk a bit, the exchange was a little awkward. You know what I mean? And I kind of took a note like, okay, you know what I mean? But I ain't passing no judgment. So jump to speed, here it is today. I think it may have took place yesterday or the day before. News came out that he was in a domestic dispute. A video has surfaced where it looked like he was in a domestic dispute with a man walking towards him, and he had some kind of garden clippers or whatever, and he was tensing up, flexing with his shirt off, and he was barefooted. Now later on, they say that it's possible that he was in a dispute with his own parents. Like I said, this is not a smear campaign for me to see a man's shortcomings and come to YouTube and try to say, oh, I'm gonna cut your legs off and call you short. What I'm coming to basically say is, I hope whatever that homie going through, you know what I'm saying, he make it through it, because it seemed like it may be something going on upstairs. Might be some mental shit. I don't have no speculations. I don't have no assumptions. I don't have no accusations. I don't know that man personally, but I'm here to say, yeah, when I met the man, something seemed just a little bit off to me. You know what I mean? But I hope if he did get into a domestic dispute with his parents, I hope that God intervened and worked that out, because those are not your ops. Your parents are not your ops. Your parents are not the people who are going to cause harm to you in most cases. Now, there are some wicked parents out there perpetuating all kind of bull crap, but what I would like to think, this is a Southern a couple or a mother and a father or whomever. It might be diverse, might be a step pop, never know. But I'd like to think that these are some people that he could trust. These are some people who really care about him, and maybe he's going through something mentally where he can't really relate and get that understood. So he may be looking at them like a threat or somebody who holding them back. Off the subject, but on the subject, not speaking on him specifically, but just young men who not, you know what I'm saying, maturing, who want to look back and blame their parents for whatever going on with themselves. You're responsible for yourself, but once you become 18 years of age. Some of us had to start fending for ourselves at 17 years of age. You see what I'm saying? Or even younger. Now, if we flip the dichotomy on that and talk about females, let's look at a female who had a baby early. The responsibility on her to grow up is like right now. We have to have it. You see what I'm saying? As a young female, the responsibility of her having to mature and grow up because she had a baby at a young age is right now. We have to have it. But somehow in the United States, our parents, our mothers, whomever, our grandparents, we are babyfying these boys. We are keeping these baby boys on that titty too long, and they becoming spoiled and delusional. They have an expectation like a rich white kid. They feel entitled, when in actuality, at about 15, 16 years old, you need to start getting your motherfucking hands dirty. You need to start learning how to turn a wrench and getting some kind of skill, because adulthood is coming. And once it comes, look here, bills is due every 30 motherfucking days. I don't care which industry you in. You might be in the rap industry. You might be in the trucking industry. You might be in the street industry. Them goddamn bills is coming every 30 days, and somebody's responsible for them. And if you able to take a key and stick in the door and walk in that motherfucker and have a roof up over your head, you best believe somebody is taking the responsibility and paying the cost to be the motherfucking boss. So if you are a young individual who is fortunate enough to have a mother and a father and able to go spend time at their house, you should not be over there being a burden. And I'm not saying this about the homie because I don't know his situation. You should not be over there being stressful, because they're in the lighter side of their years where they about to check up out this bitch. So what you should be doing over there with your mother and your father or your grandmother, if you're fortunate enough to have these people still in your life, you should be over there giving them fond memories, giving them a whole lot of hugs and kisses and gifts. You should be over there taking care of them. You shouldn't be over there trying to pull diamond rings off their fingers. You shouldn't be over there trying to look in their stash to see where their money at. You shouldn't be over there stealing checks. You shouldn't be over there mistreating and misusing those people who have taken care of you from when you were just a little egg. I've seen it so many times, and I'm not saying this is Mr. Rich Boy situation, because this is a 39-year-old grown man, and I don't know his situation. But I'm saying in general, I've seen it so many times with these entitled kids. Maybe the biological parents couldn't raise them, so maybe they was handed over to the grandparents. And the grandparents are in their 50s, 60s. They're frail old people who only moving with their heart and their feeble minds. And you have this strong young individual who's coming of age, and all he's doing is running over these people who love him to death. He's running over these people and not even cognitively knowing that he's running these people into an early grave. Where is the consideration? Where is the compassion? So, like I said, I don't know if that's, the homie situation, but what I do hope and pray that maybe it's a big misunderstanding. He get a slap on the wrist and he can go love on his folks while they're here. Because like the song say, one day you're here and then you're gone. One day you're here and then the next day you're gone. I wish I had my beautiful mama to hug and give roses and I'm talking about every chance I can. But I know she's here with me because my flesh is her flesh and my blood is her blood. But if you are fortunate to have your parents still alive, or your grandparents, or your guardians who loved you and raised you and protected you, have enough patience, have enough consideration, and have enough compassion to know maybe their minds and their thoughts may be declining and deteriorating. So you take your time with them. You don't talk to them like you talk to people in the streets. You don't talk to them people like you talk to people on YouTube. You talk to them with a whole lot of compassion and consideration. Yeah, say, man, so I hope the homeless situation get better. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's your boy, Hezeleo. Hey, man, don't get me wrong. It's still a Trill cash. Trill cash? Cash? No, Brandon Tillery. It's still a Trill cash, man. But this grown man business. And you got to walk a thin line when you saying you Trill and you mature and you're a grown man. Don't get me wrong. We're going to come have a good time. We're going to come have a good time. But at the same time, there's a fine line with trying to sell drama to create content. And that's not who I am. It's your boy Hezeleo, long live the pimp, and Mama West, free young pimp. I'm out.